That's what I need to do today. That's what I need to do. I need to go get the adapter. Oops, Command Z. See. Those dogs, they just went out. It's 27th. Not the 20th. But we're live. We're hanging out here in the studio. Open in new one. I don't want to open in a tab. Or in a whatever thing. Wish I know how to turn. There's a way to turn that off. New tab. Yeah, it's this little dual stream. A dual stream. Never mind. We want that. We want dual stream. Never mind. Dual stream. Automatically generate a vertical cropped version. Oh, for the shorts feed. Never mind. It's not what I thought it would be. But good morning or afternoon. December 27th. Welcome to coffee. Go lie down, Dish. That dog. I might have to go let my dogs back out. Although they were just out, so I don't know what their deal is. I don't know what the deal is. Anyways, different angle. Same camera, same lenses. Actually, it's just my phone. Same lights. Will you go lie down? Go, over there. Go away from me, please. Go. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people on the camera here. Weird dog. He thinks I'm talking to him. Yeah, come join us for coffee time. We haven't done one. Well, did we do one this week? I'm sure we did. I'll go back to content, back to live. We did one on the 22nd. So yeah, we've done one. But thanks for watching. You know, we're glad that you found us. Come hang out with us. Ooh, what is this thing? Keep up your recent videos attracted more viewers than usual. Well, hot dog. We're getting about 86% more views on our channel right now. That's great. And it's all thanks to you guys. And also thank you to all those who have liked, subscribed, watched, viewed, clicked, commented, everything. We're grateful for that. We couldn't have gotten the channel this far without you guys. I might have to just go let that dog out. She's going nuts. I'm going to be right back. But enjoy my coffee cup while I'm gone. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Well, we're back. Like I said, we had to go let our dog out. She was going nuts. But we're grateful that you're all here and that you've managed to find us. I almost bought a fader bank for the desk here. But after doing some measurement, I found out it won't fit. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've thought about getting a Robyn. We're thinking about some upgrades. I hope you enjoyed our coffee mug. It's Beatles. Hope you also see the other side. All you need is love. Also watch me leave that door. But we're grateful for those who have watched, liked, subscribed. I ran down the stairs way too quick and I'm a lot of breath. Sorry. Whew. Anywho, we're grateful though. And this little dog here, you need to go lie down. Go find a spot. Go be obnoxious somewhere else, please. He does that. See my compressor here. I got a compressor here. Anyways, that's better. They're not going crazy. But yeah, give us comments. Come have some coffee with us. Converse with us. Tell us about your holidays. Hope everyone had a happy holiday. We sure did. I was thinking about something earlier today. Actually, I was watching a video where they were talking about like how to make it in the music business. It was a fun little video. But one of it was like, hey, make sure you're known. And that's kind of what these streams are for. To get myself out there so people know who I am and what I do. I record, mix, and master. My name is Justin, by the way. If you're new, hit that like and subscribe. And if you haven't yet, also do so. Your boy, I'm live streaming. I do this a couple times a week. Here just to kind of talk with people. I need to sit up so I don't look so fat. That's my problem is I slouch and then I look fatter than I am. Oh, that's better. Posture's a thing. That's why I have this chair. But I can't see my chair with my chair. Yeah, it's a drum throne with a back. Actually, I think it needs to be readjusted. It slowly slides back. Can I play some music? I don't have any music to play for you right now. Otherwise, I would. I'm working on that. I got some stuff. I actually have a short that I want to post. I'll post later today. From last night's show that I did. A band I was working with. They're called Coloradics. Coloradics? Yeah, that seems right. Colorad and then IX at the end. So, can I play guitar for you? Not at the moment. Like that guitar behind me? That one takes a little bit of effort to get going. Why do I have polka? Why do I have to say that? Polka, I better than yours. Why do I have to say that? It doesn't make any sense. Why? 5950, why? Why do I have to say that? Give me a reason. Anyways, I'm just here, like I said, talk, converse. You know, just enjoy community with the people that watch our videos. I'm working on some other things. I'd like to maybe get a host, another guy, someone else that sits with me, and do more stuff like that. But I haven't found anybody that's worked out yet. I've tried with a couple other like interns I've had. We did some stuff that was okay, but I didn't like the dynamic. We tried live in NoCo this year, which was a whole like, hey, come to our studio, play some music, do an interview type thing, and it just never went anywhere. Like it was gonna be a live stream thing. So, and that's just as far as it went. We never got any further. Unfortunate social. Let's see what's going on Facebook maybe at the moment. I'm looking for a new live. I sold my live sound console this week, which was just a what do you call it? It's one of those racks. You got UI racks. I was trying to think what it was. It's actually need to go to my marketplace. That's what I was thinking about doing. Ooh, those are really cool. I actually want to check this out. Those would be really cool in here. 6.5 TLMs, 4 standing speakers. Does it come with the amplifier? For 150 cash. I wonder how those would sound in here. They're MTMs and they're floor standing. They'd go perfectly where my lamps are. Actually, that would be about where I want them. And then my desk would be clean. My desk is fairly clean right now, but I have speakers sitting here. And I think those would actually be kind of cool MTM. If I did that, I would probably sell my Dynaudios. Because those look stinking cool. Yeah, they're custom built. What was the frequency range on that? Not a lot of top end in it. That's okay. Let me see. Did I just send that? I did. I hate when it does that. information. Because those could be really cool in here. Gaming PC. What was I actually looking for? I was going to my marketplace to do one thing. And that was to... Am I selling? Delete this listing. Delete. Because it's sold. I find if I don't delete the listing, because I have it multiple... It goes to multiple places, that I just need to get rid of it. And what's this? Fix my home studio. I like my speakers. I really do. But I could sell these Dynaudios for about what that would cost. I just don't know if I want a passive set of speakers in here. Try Gemini Chrome. I don't want to. Oh, he's got a cool place. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, do I want to do, like, basically I found, this is a 4K monitor that sits in front of me, and I found a Slate Raven for about $500, and I've thought about it, putting it in here, and that would be my control surface, because it's a big touch screen. But, I don't know. I just don't know. Go to Reverb. See what's going on there. Cart. Ooh, I have 2 offers. What are my 2 offers? QU 1800. 24 in, 24 out. Yeah, I've used the QU. They're not bad. They're not fantastic, but they're not bad. I don't like how they're laid out, to be honest. So that one will go away. We'll get rid of that one. We'll decline that. Decline. I found a console that I want to get for my live sound, and it's 1329. From where are you? The PreSonus wouldn't be bad. The 32CS would not be a bad little console. It really wouldn't. Would not be a bad console. They go, you know, this one, and then I could get the stage. The stage rack, Columbia, Indiana. Columbia City, Indiana. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how. If that's like, I don't know if the PreSonus is what I want. I found an iLive that I really want to get. I'd rather have the iLive. Got an itch up here. Thanks for the like, by the way. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. We appreciate it all. Oh man, if I had a 500 series chassis, I would buy that. But I don't. I love when people send me offers like, hey, what about this thing? Okay, that was weird. The gear of chats will be on. I don't have any chats in there. Digi 002. Man, I haven't used one of them forever. Those were cool because that was like an interface and a console, like control surface built into one. So, I don't know. Depends. I want to do bigger shows, and I feel like that console, the one that I've been looking at. Go back to offers. If I counter it. It doesn't give me like, hey, $1,000 plus shipping. I just don't know if that's the one I want. And I have this expression, Soundcraft expression, that I can go pick up. 1% kickback, which means I get nothing. I don't know if I can find it. Probably can if I go to my favorites, because that's where it's sitting right now. It should be in my favorites. Why? Oh, it's my feed. I need to go to my watch list. It's a watch list! Because I found one cheaper that's in Texas. But this iLive, I would take this thing in a heartbeat. If I could get them, I don't know if I make an offer. They want with shipping. Cancel. Let's go specifically. What if we put this into add cart? Not right now, thank you. I go up to my cart. I want to view my cart. It would be $1,500 out the door. Actually, $1,564 out the door today. And that's just a little more than I want to spend, but that would fit my needs perfectly. Hey, you got 12 people watching. Hey, those who have just got on here, thank you for watching us. And my name is Justin. This is Fox and Robyn Recording. It's a live stream about life, recording, mixing, mastering, all those types of things. Music and life go hand in hand. I've got an egg shaker. I got my cup of coffee. Come say hi. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And check out our also website stuff. So, but I thought, you know, it's coming up to the end of the year. What things do we want to upgrade over the next year? And one is our live sound. We want to get bigger, maybe bigger is probably more accurate, live sound equipment. Something that we can do live sound with on a regular basis. And I found one. 15% would make that $1,265, which I could do. Shipped. Yes, shipped. If I had a time to go to Oregon, I would. I found a console closer to me in Carbondale, Colorado, which is a 3.5-hour drive for me. And with the way my weeks have been going, I can't get there. To get there, it's going to be like... But that's only want $650 for the console. It's the console, everything, $650 out the door. And I'm just like, oh, man. I don't know. Control, you get 48 mics, 112 fader strip system, networking and control, mix rack, mix engine, iLive TFX. You get it's the whole kit and caboodle. RDR. I think this one. See if it'll show me. That's the back of the console. More back of the console. Okay, here we go. That's 1 through 8. 1, 2, 8. Yeah, this is 32 by 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 8 and 8, 16, yeah. Which is a lot of outputs, to be honest. That's a lot of outputs. Which would be fine, you know. But then you get the control surface. And the mix, like, it's everything that I would want. 6U fixed format, that's right, okay. It's the IDR32 is what it is. Which is not bad. 32 channels, or 32 mic pre's, which is double what I had. So, why are you saying 6.7? Thank you for staying with me, Letty Michael. I'm gonna see what your channel's about. I don't know what your stuff is about. Interesting though. See, Letty Michael, Letty. Okay, small. I'm sorry if I did that. Small. You probably Letitia's your name. But I'm doing well. I am working. I work a lot of the days. Also, I need to turn on my interface. It should turn on. There it goes. Oasis Cardona is okay. I'm not sure what you show trick shots. So you do, oh, I understand. Okay, that makes sense. I don't get it, but okay. But Letty Michael, it doesn't say what hers is about. There's a lot of music on here, a lot of other stuff, a lot of reposts, a lot of stuff in Spanish, which is fine. But hi everybody. Wave. Oh, I guess just wave over here. Camera's over here, not that way. But maybe one day I'll get a screen with a computer with a thing in it. Will you go lay down? Go lay down. Will you go lie down, dog? Thank you. He just wants to be right. Every time I start a live stream, he gets right in my lap here. Like, I need you now, but you really don't. But come enjoy some coffee with us. Tea, chocolate milk, whatever you might like to drink. We just do coffee because it's kind of a thing. I'm doing tea time. One day I was like, I'm done with drinking coffee. I need to do tea, and I drank tea. I do need a new pair of headphones. If anybody's got a recommendation on a new pair of headphones, let me know. Actually, I was going to look and see. 1 second. Back to the drum kit. I can't remember what they are. The 30s or they're 20s. I like the 20s. Everybody's like, get the 30s, get the 40s, not the 30s. I'm like, well, I have the 20s. I like the 20s. They were cheap. ATH. 20X, I think is what they are. Yeah, they're super cheap. They're $50. They have a wireless version? How does that work? They must be Bluetooth. That's wild. Repair. I don't think the cable's repairable on these. I think it's just, yeah, it's molded in, which is fine. Yeah, they're all back ordered because they're cheap and people like them. I don't bring them at Guitar Center. I do. I realize recording. I only have 2 pairs of headphones back here again. Why are you not going back? Thank you. Near shopping. Nearby. Best. Those are Sony's. Says Guitar Center has them. Go there and pick me up like 2 more. I just need 2 more pairs is what I really need. Actually, the ones I want are shot. And I thought, well, maybe it's just the interface. Nope, it's definitely the headphones. I thought about getting these. They have these in stock. They're the warm audio versions. And I thought about getting them. Not eligible for pickup. 538. Nope. That's where we live. Go back. Let's go nearby. Nearby. Go for Collins. Let's see, we got Tascam. I thought about getting me just a nice pair of biodynamic ones, but yeah, they've got the M20s on sale for $49. Let's go pick me up 2 more pairs. It says they've got. I'd like to pick me up a pair of the warm audio ones just to see how they do. And they're cheap. I could pick me up 4 pairs of those. It says not eligible for pickup, but it says. Go back. You're not making any sense, warm audio. Let's do in stock. If they show up, I'm going to be very angry. Okay, no, they don't. Good. I haven't. Sometimes the website. Oh no, they are here. They're right here. They say they're in stock. I might do that. They're only $35. That could be a good review. They're the CABs, and I've never used them, but I like my MTH. They're ATHM close back professional. These I like. I like them a lot. Actually, they're very comfortable. Not eligible for pickup. This is making 0 sense. So I'm gonna go back to, let's just do some pricing here. We won't do any buying. We'll just, like, what if I want 4 of these? Because I really do need 4 good pairs. No, thank you. It says they're back ordered, but it also says I mean, $150 for order. Well, that's with tax. It'd be about 150. I just need to go in there, I think, because it's saying that there's no headphones. Back ordered. So remove. I'll go back to headphones. Should go to these. So say I wanted 4 more pairs of these. These are $50, unfortunately. A little bit more. It says they're also back ordered, which is weird. I can spell. In store, now in stock. Those aren't here. I want those, but they're not here. Let's see what else. Positive Grid Spark. That would be interesting in the studio. Wired headphones that you plug in and just wired, but the M30s are nice. They're just a little more than what I want to spend. Especially for headphones that people are just gonna, you know, have. And my favorite pair they don't make anymore. They don't. One side blew out in them, and I was like, why am I getting a new pair? Nope. They don't make them anymore. Headphones are fun. They're gimmicky, though, at times, I feel. But everybody uses the biodynamics. Those are cool. But I realized during tracking the other day, I had 2 people here. They each had headphones, and I had my in-ears, which worked fine, but my in-ears are short and kind of a pain to take in and out. And all my other headphones are shot. They're just, I'm at the point where I need to buy a bunch of new headphones. That might be what we do today. I usually buy them from Music Around. I bought mine from Music Around, and they're the 20s. And I like the 20s, the ATH 20s from Audio Technica. I have a pair of SRH 440s that are shot. I don't want any of the Sterling stuff. If I could find my AKGs, which I'm not even seeing here. I had a pair of AKGs K240 Studios. I love those. They were open back, but I loved recording with them, or I loved mixing with them actually. Recording, not so much. Cali Audio, too much. They're all just more than what I want to spend on a pair of headphones right now. And the ones that are, like the ones that I want to get are back ordered. So I'm like, so you don't have them? This makes no sense. Guitar Center, come on. The 30s I don't like. I don't like how they fit. I like how the 20s fit, but the 20s are a slightly different design. And then I don't like the Sonys, the MDR 7506s. Those are like Ender Sheps loves those things, and I'm not a huge. So 990s and there's closed back, open. So 770 Pro X. What's the difference Pro X and the? Oh, those are the Pro 80s. What is the difference? I don't understand you guys. Numbers don't make any sense. I would try the Tascam ones. I really want to try the Warm Audio ones. DT7 Pro X's. I have used not the 990s, but the 770s. Maybe it was the 990s I used. I did like them. Very comfortable. But not like, what I'm trying to do is buy a bunch. I'm trying to get a bunch of them that I can use in the studio here. Oh, no, I don't have the 280s. Do you have the 280s? But they got the frickin'. What I don't like about some of the Sennheiser stuff is it's the curly cord that gets tangled in everything, and you're like, why? Why did you do this? I just need to go in there. But I'm also at the point where I'm like, do I really need to buy a bunch of headphones? I don't have a bunch of people coming in right now. And I have 2 good pair. I had a 3rd pair, and it just stopped working. I need to try it somewhere else. I tried it with my interface here. Still didn't have the left side. And my theory is they're the ones I use for drums, is what they were. I have 2 pairs that drummers have blown out over the last 6 months, and I'm not super happy about this. I had 4 total. I had 4 sets of headphones in here, which was enough for everybody. And then I would just wear my earbuds. I'm plugging in, and I can. That's what my earbuds is. I can crank it up pretty. I don't have to crank it up loud to hear everything, but the cable's only so long. It's only like from here to the desk. it plugged into the desk, I can't really move far. So, not really designed for that. So, but so I was like, oh, give me a nice pair of headphones. Give me a new pair of headphones, but nothing out there that I want. Okay, so that's there. Back to offers. If I counter it, see, I just don't know if I want. It doesn't give me like it gives me a counter, but it doesn't give me a number. $1,000 with 0 shipping. I doubt they're gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna decline it because I don't want the Persona stuff. I could get Personas; it would be fine. I just feel like this Allen and this cart, cart. Take your sweet time. It's 15. It's I don't know. What are your opinions on Israel? I like them. I actually have no problem with them. People do that though. They're like, I have a problem with this country. I'm like, well, then don't go there. It's that easy. It is not ethical. Well, what we do isn't ethical either. We just, we're just not in the news about it all the time. That's the funny thing. It's not ethical. They're doing this. Are we no different? So that gets me in a lot of trouble from time to time. But that's okay. Oh, looks like we got 2 new subscribers. Well, thank you for those who have subscribed. We're grateful for that, for sure. See if I can get this to update. There it goes. Yeah, really? 160? 120, yeah. Question. How about the Muslims? What about them? They're people too. I'm gonna send him if I forget to send. I'm a little slacking on my my sending people that I'm close with happy holidays. Want them out? No. Out of what? Like, they're people too. Like, is their religion my religion? No. Do I want them, the U.S.? See, here's the thing. Hey, Mavi, I'm just gonna let you know. The U.S. was founded as like a safe haven for persecuted relations. That's kind of what was the basis of some of our foundings here. We have other things we're founded on too, but that was part of it. It was like freedom. One was freedom of persecution for religious beliefs. There was a lot of that going on when, let's see, what the Puritans came here. They were being persecuted in England. The Puritans went from England to the Netherlands, and they didn't stay in the Netherlands because they didn't like that the people there, their kids were like taking on some of the accents and things that were there, and they're like, whoa, we can't have, like, we don't want that. We want them to still be us. So they came here. So that's what it is. It's a religious freedom. That's what, that was part of our founding. The rest of it is freedom from other things of persecution, over taxation, which we've kind of lost a little bit. But, things have gotten expensive, so what do? You tax people. You got to make money somehow. That's how the government makes money, is it taxes its people. It's not a corporation where it sells you something, that you can buy and it makes profits, So, no, I don't believe they should leave. No, we are a melting pot. You do a lot of reading? I do do a lot of reading. I read a lot of things. I have a whole bookshelf over here. I guess it's that way. I'll point this in. It's that way. It's off to my left. I do a lot. Any books you'd recommend? Warren Report. Read that. That's a long. It's not necessarily a very enticing read, but it's long. You'll read it for a year. I guarantee it. A lot of the books I have down here are for recording studio, mixing, mastering, that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of those books that I recommend to a lot of people. I have one that's Making Money with Music, that's a good one. I have All You Need to Know About the Music Business, that's another good one. How Music Works, fantastic book. One I'm reading right now, actually there's two I'm reading right now. I'm reading Al Schmidt's book, Al Schmidt on the Record, and then there's another one that's not down here. It's Glenn Johns. I don't remember exactly the book, but I did tell you I started with the history wise. The Warren Report's very historical. If you know what the Warren Report is, which I hope you do, that's the whole report on JFK's assassination, top to bottom. It's the whole investigation. Very historical. Great book. No, it's one. It's one report. Warren Report, I believe. Now, don't get me wrong. I might be wrong. It might be ports. Let's find out. Warren Report. Yeah, it's report. It's done by the Warren Commission, which was to basically the final. It's almost it's like 800 pages. It's a thick boy. War and Peace, another good book. Not necessarily historical. What was the conclusion? I think it was I think they concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald did it. I think that's what they concluded. Whether that's true or not, or whether that's all of the facts, we will never know. But go read it. It's actually it's a long book. What history book? I read a lot of books that are not your normal, like a one man job, like Charlie. Here's the thing, Charlie. That whole thing, people put too much praise into him. I think he's just a dude telling people what he believed. It's a bummer, yeah, but life goes on. One man job. No, I don't think any of these are really one man jobs. Usually there's something else that's in play that we may not know about. Happens. You know, it's like organizations that go and do bombings, like that are terrorists. Like there's more than one person planning this thing. There's just a few that play it out. So it's hard to say. And it's one of those things like you never know. And I don't think you could really like compare Charlie Kirk and JFK as being the same thing. I think they're two different cookies. As in books, keep going. Oh, this is books. I have a lot of books. I have to go upstairs and look because I have a lot of books upstairs, more than I do down here. I've got one that's about Jeff Emmerich. He was the recording engineer for the Beatles for a while. I've got Johnny Cash's autobiography that I have not finished. I need to restart that one because it's been such a long time since I started it. I have Dave Grohl's too. That's another good one. I have a lot of books upstairs. I'm just trying to think what I have upstairs off the top of my head. I have Chronicles of Narnia. I have those, and I have all of the Lord of the Rings books. What other books do I have upstairs? I have some Star Wars books. I've got I don't read them all. I'm not reading. I've actually read all my books. Everything I've got here I've read at least once, or I've at least started. And there's some stuff that I read and I reread, and then but those are all good ones. Lord of the Rings are great books. One book that would make you oh yeah that's real good. Lord of the Rings. Anything by Tolkien, fantastic. Or C.S. Lewis. I have the Screw Tape Letters, fantastic book. Those two authors are kind of my top authors right now. Actually, I think Tolkien's been there for a long time, and so has C.S. Lewis. And then I have some books like on the CIA that are kind of fun. Other than fiction, I have Robert Baer's book, Hear No Evil, See No Evil. I think is the name of the book. That doesn't sound right. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up here on my because I have the internet. Robert Baer. I think it's A-R-E-E-R. Yes, there it is. What book do I have? Yeah, it's See No Evil is the name of the book. I have that book, and that one is like about his time in the CIA. It's a very interesting book. There's another book I have. Actually, there's a movie that was based on him called Syriana, and it's basically his life in a book or in a movie form. But the book See No Evil, fantastic book. Also historical because he lived through like the Beirut bombings and all this stuff. So nope, it's just called See No Evil. See No Evil. And it's about his time with the war uh, on terrorism in the Middle East. It's a very interesting book. I have another one that I really like. It's American history. It's called American Gun: History of the United States Through the Gun, which it's all about how we basically have gone from like the Civil War and how that like shaped how the musket helped shape that war. It's a very interesting book because it's like Abraham Lincoln was the only president to have a shooting range on the North Lawn. I think it was the North Lawn. Actually, the North Lawn was a shooting range. He was the only president to do that because in D.C. they had a very, and I think they still do, especially during wartime. They have a very like no weaponry around the White House, except for like people, for obvious reasons. But I will have myself a nice day. Thank you. I read a lot. I read a lot of history books. I also read a lot of fiction books. Um, a lot of my fiction books are fantasy type stuff. A lot of my nonfiction books are autobiographies or things revolving my trade, my craft here. Um, I don't know. I like to learn, so a lot of my books are very full American history. It's very interesting. Um, I have a book on I can't remember what it's called, and I don't even know if you can find it anymore. But it's a whole book on the Knights Templar and like their whole thing, how they were basically like how they like started, came to power, and then were eradicated. They weren't quite eradicated, but they basically were persecuted heavily. Many of them were burned at the stake. That's where we get Friday the 13th from. So, we get Friday the 13th being unlucky because that was the day they caught all the Knights Templar leaders and burned them at the stake. So, fun little facts like that you learn over time. But, what is this? Open the lexicon? I don't know, maybe. It could if you have if you have terrible lexicon, I suppose. But I find a lot of the stuff that I read in there, like I know what the words are, but they're not words I use on a daily basis. By no far, because then nobody's gonna know what you mean, and you're gonna sound like a prick. Use normal stuff that general people will learn, but there's things I don't use on that I read and have higher, vocabulary in, and I don't use them on a daily basis. I know what they mean. It's good to know what things improve phrasing. One thing that's helped me improve phrasing has nothing to do with reading. Is actually explaining this audio-visual world that I live in of doing shows and recording bands. Explaining that to people who don't know what it is. That has helped my phrasing and vocabulary the most because I have a lot of technical terms in front of me, and if I say them, people are gonna be like, it goes right over their head, in one ear, out the other. Whereas if I've learned how to like explain like, oh yeah, this is how this one thing plugs into here, into here, into here. It's helped me actually phrase things a lot better. Not necessarily. Like you know the word, but the more you get used to that kind of usage, the better it gets. I don't know about that. I don't know if it get any better. My whole thing is try explaining something very technical, be like trying to explain brain surgery to somebody. If you learn how to do that on a regular basis, I've come to find that if I'm explaining how my signal chain in the studio here works from this unit to this unit to this unit. And if you don't know what those units are, if I just said, yeah, it goes from this interface to this compressor to, and I used all the actual things like the Avid HDIO goes through this cable that's called a DigiLink into a PCIe card, and then the PCIe card goes to Thunderbolt, but the PCIe card is in the chat. Like, as I explain all this, it's great. I know all the terms, but I don't need to use them. I don't have to use them because half the people aren't going to understand what those terms are. No one knows what it, like, unless you're traversed in the whole world of recording or mixing and mastering or just, installation of these products, you're not going to know what a DigiLink cable is. No, because it's not like HDMI. It's not a normal cable by any means. It's very proprietary. So using proprietary things like that is fine, but I feel like just using plain language, people are gonna understand you more. It can be, yeah, because you just if you over, and there are times where I have to use the actual terminology, and that's fine, or the actual thing, or whatever it is that I'm using. There's things that I still use on a regular basis, but it's not. There's bigger words that I know. Like, do I care? Does it make me smarter? Probably, but it's not something I'm going to use on a regular basis. And even then, I don't know if it's a buzzkill I say, but if I'm talking to another professional, I'm going to use the terms because they're going to know what I'm talking about. Now, if I were to go talk to, say, my 12-year-old daughter, she has no idea how any of this stuff really works. I just say, yeah, it's plugged from there. It goes from that here to here to here, and then back again. It's a big loop. And she's like, oh, okay. And we move on to the next thing. So, and it helps when people call me and they're like, hey, could you help me troubleshoot this thing over the phone? Or can you consult on this thing while we're maybe we're on here? Not especially. In my case, I blank, like, really. That's just something you're going to have to, it's a muscle, the brain is. Well, sort of. It's also an organ, whatever. But it's also like a muscle. You have to exercise it, and that's where, like, reading bigger words help. But also, I find because when I was younger, I had a hard time, like, really, like, even doing something like this was kind of hard for me, and it still kind of is. I still have times where I'm like, I don't really want to come down here and do this, but once I get going, I'm fine. But just getting things out of your head can be hard. It can be very hard getting it from your head to your mouth and out. But just practicing, even just like, I talk to myself a lot, and that helps. But blanking, I can't help you with that one. I guess it depends on how old you are. If you're like in your 80s and you're blanking, that could be a health issue. But if you're like can not understand this, Yusuf. Anyways, 16, yeah, you'll get through. It's something you just need to work on. If you have a weakness, work on that weakness, and you'll get better at it. That's how that works. I have things that I'm still trying to get through and get over, and I just work on them a little bit at a time, and we get through it. I do have a video I need to shoot at some point. I just don't know if I want to shoot it this year or next. That's what it really boils down to. What if it's a second language thing? Well, second language thing might be a thing. Like, what is it? My mom is fluent in Spanish, and there's times where she has to stop and think how that translates out. From English to Spanish, or from Spanish to English, because it's just a word that she's not common with or doesn't know. I didn't send him a... Send him something. I haven't. I need to. But, that's just what it is. But, One day at a time. That's all I can do. That's all I can really do. Let's see, let's go here. 13, I doubt that. Oh, 3 messages. What did I miss? Oh, that one. I need to just flat out. I get these text messages, and they're not even like. I delete and report them, but they still show up. Delete. Cool. What just happened? That was a neat glitch. See how it is. It's not to a bunny mine. Oh. Trump Pro Tools. Because I need to work on mixes. I just haven't done. So. But, you know, well, about an hour. An hour's not too bad. Not too shabby. Do have things I need to work on. I'm just procrastinating. That's sometimes what these live streams are. It's me coming down here and procrastinating on stuff that I don't really want to work on. I do need to go check out my poopies outside. A couple dogs outside. But that's what I know. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to go to open. I want to let's get his stuff. I have a band that we recorded stuff for, and I can't do anything with because they haven't sent me the rest of the files to mix. We recorded drums and stuff, which was great, but oh, turn that on. Turn it all on. No, hardware insert number 1. No. What would that hardware insert be? It would be this guy right here. Yeah, I don't know. It was just off, I guess, and the path was blocked. I don't know. Oh, that's fine. Okay, we're all good. I'm just gonna have to like, well, we don't want this. I'm not gonna delete them. I just mute them because that's what you do sometimes. Oh, but I do need to go get something to eat. iLove Pro DR3. What would you have? Either one of them. That's a tough list. I like it when people post those lists and they're like, "What would you rather have? This one, this one, or this one?" And I'm like, "Damn, I don't know." Like, those are all tough ones because those are all really good choices. Just gonna delete her thing because I don't think she completely ghosted me. So, well, if I could get him to come down on pricing on this thing, let's go here and let's go. Can I remove it? Can I go back to cart or view cart? I thought I was in cart. I can't. Oh, here it is. I was like, where's the remove button? I hate it when it does it. It's like, where? Remove button. Okay, let's go back to favorites. And I'm going to go back to watch list. I'm going to keep a watch on that one. That's a Dante one. And I would like. Oh, nope, go wait. I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, I don't want those ones. I don't want the DM1000. Although those are cool. If I go here and I'd be like, I want to do. It's down. It's a 309 price drop. Make an offer of 15%. I thought about just going straight up 1100. It's a $125 delivery charge, which is understandable because it's got to be shipped, and the thing's not super light by any means. You know, I'm gonna send him 1,000 and see what he does. Because I could do 1125. Got it. Just see what happens. I could get it, or I could not. Yeah, it just shows pictures of it, like in his garage. Oh, it looks like he's got joysticks or something. He's got a little Personas mixer over here. Looks like this was his main thing for a while. Anyways, I'll go back to analog for a minute. I need to go get some analog adapters. I'll send him a thing. If he takes it, he takes it. If not, I won't do anything. I could pay for it. I just don't want to. I'd rather get a better deal if I could. And that's what, you know, content. Oh, analytics. I think it's time for me to let my dogs back in and finish my, you know, whatever I need to do and turn my heater off down here because it's going to get hot. Go lay down, bud. Go. Go lay down. No, you're going to go lay. I am working on the back of my walls here, the back side of these walls. I've been not reinforcing them, but I've just been putting more fabric along the back side because my insulation was falling out over there. And I have stuff to keep it in. I just need to do it. So I've done this side. This whole side here is all, this whole front area is good. Like pretty much from that corner back there, where actually back there where that lamp is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, door. Not that corner, sorry. The opposite corner. Close to that corner, the opposite corner. I forgot that's that wall. It's opposite corner, from the opposite corner of that all the way around my room and to the front of me here. This side's good because this has drywall on the other side of it, except for this section here, which I have to still figure out. But I've been wrapping it all the way around, so it's taken a little bit, but it is what it is. And the reason I'm wrapping it, one, is it helps keep the insulation from falling on the back, and then two, it adds another layer of sound going out, so I'm not hearing quite so much. I do need to finish. Actually, that side's done. The whole side in front of me here, you can see behind me here, I've got, you can see where it goes, and then it stops. Just about where that guitar is at. Actually, you may not be able to see it. Now that I think about it. There's a spot where I ran out of trim, doing the trim on the top. And then I haven't decided about the back. I kind of want to do like a little bit different ceiling back there. I want to do like I want to do slats and have slats go just across the thinner ones, not the wide ones. Although I thought about doing the wide ones, but I think the other ones would work better. I could just do that and then slat it, and then it would be like a diffusion type thing. So I don't know. Keep playing with the idea. I'll either do it or I won't. I do think I'm going to move on with my day, though. Thanks for watching. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I hope you have a happy holidays. New Year's is coming up. We have a new year. I might do a video on that. We'll see. It just depends on what I have time for. I've got another busy week ahead of me. These weeks just keep getting busier and busier and busier, and I don't know why. They just are. Anyways, happy Christmas, happy New Year, happy Thanksgiving. No, that already happened. Happy Kwanzaa. I think Kwanzaa just happened. Anyways, Boxing Day, whatever you celebrate, happy to that. Happy holidays. In case I missed you, good morning, good evening, and good night. And we'll see you all next time.